Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024. It was in the 40s this morning. I'm wearing flannel for the first time this season. It's going to get up to maybe 69, 72, depends on which weather app you read. But I'm headed to Denton to pick up my friend Gerald, the Godfather. And we're going to go to Greenwood, Texas. So come hang out with us.
All day long in exchange for 10 miles and 35.
Don't mind sharing their political views. Small town.
Driving through South Texas, I saw lots and lots of signs.
We're here at the Greenwood Grocery. It's been a long time since I've been. It's changed quite a bit. They got a new patio here. Got a different look. I like it. Well, it looks like they're ready for Christmas here. And it's under a new ownership. It's got an all new kitchen set up in there. And we're getting our burger, sweet potato tots, and man, still got the tin roof. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that they changed ownership. That was kind of a shock to me. Kind of a shock to Gerald too. So it's been about a year since he's been. And I want to say 3 years since I've been. Right next to our table here is the old stove. Not for cooking, just for heating. And they actually use it. I'm not sure if they're still using it. But it was in use last time I was here. Well, it wasn't cold enough to fire it up, but people say they come in here and they have a little wood fire going to heat the place. Got our burgers, getting ready to chow down. Along with Gerald here. Burgers accomplished. But this is the town. There's the fire department. There's the Masonic Lodge. There's the post office. The museum. And a covered porch area. Now, a little shop here, which doesn't look like they're a shop anymore. I mean, there are little neighborhoods here, but it's a quiet town. They all like the Greenwood burgers. And a water pump. I actually ran this thing last time I was here, but it does not look functional now. It looks like something broke on it. Not sure what happened. It's a little backwards to me. That's the old water pump, and it still pulls water out of the well. Looks like it just needs a little TLC. Lawrenceburg, Texas. Another good place to get burgers, according to Gerald. Is it one restaurant in town, or is it
I think so, unless they...
there's the Baptist Church, Church of Christ. The stuff that's on the left. It's a brand new building.
Actually, it's about 20 years old.
That building?
Mm-hmm.
It looks new. Methodist Church. There's their museum. Doesn't look open.
Anyway, this little place here used to be a real good place for burgers.
The Forsberg Country Store.
Well, this is kind of a new, kind of a barb store.
Oh, produce store. Which way are you going, sir?
Left.
When Gerald, the Godfather, is in the car, Google stays quiet.
And right turn.
Up here. Okay.
And then left turn.
Oh my goodness. So we're going out here just exploring a little bit down the country road. And I'm glad I didn't wash my car beforehand because it's going to definitely need it afterwards. But Gerald used to be an RF engineer, and this was one of the sites he used to work at, this microwave tower. So this is how long lines and all that connect when you're making long distance calls, internet, you name it. And this tower actually blew down and is rebuilt in 95. I think a tornado got it. But out there in the field, I'm trying to see if there's this camera. The sun's right in my face, so there's a little pipe out there. And he asked me, do you know what that is? I said, is it an underground bunker? He said, yeah, of sorts. That was the outhouse. What else you got out of here?
Well, as far as the building,
Yeah.
it's just a microwave radio equipment, power, batteries, and
So this keeps phone systems together, or what is it?
it's part of a circuit between Fort Worth and Wichita Falls.
Oh, okay.
Tied Wichita Falls hit back into the DFW area on the AT&T network.
So do you ever have to climb that tower?
No, we had a crew that did that work.
You just worked inside the building, huh?
We had a tower crew, especially trained with climbing gear. I mean, there was some equipment right on the very bottom back there that we had to go up and kind of mess with, but that's as high as I ever went.
When the power's knocked out here, you had to bring some generators.
I'd bring a generator. Some of these sites have a generator on site, but these didn't. So. And we had, battery for 12 hours, so we had 12 hours where we could get a battery with a generator pulled out here. Anyway, this was originally built back in 1952, and the old building was sitting right here.
Okay.
Because I hired on back in '63. I worked this route. Back then it was TV service in Wichita Falls. It wasn't long distance, it was just TV service.
Mm-hmm.
When TV service moved over to the satellites, we took them out of business. Took these offline. The thing sat here, fell apart, and they decided after they split up the Bell system that they needed to have a new circuit in Wichita Falls to get off the Salvage Bell's facilities. So they built this building right next to it. And that was in the 1981. And it served that circuit was there until 2002, and I retired it then. So this building's been retired since 2002.
So there's nothing going on here now.
It's just all abandoned in place.
Well, you said something about a tornado, or is this the tower that fell that you were saying, or was I?
Tornado came across about 100 yards to the west there.
Okay.
And it sucked the tower over. The tower actually fell that way, not that direction. And building was, I'd say it was somewhat twisted. We had to take a crowbar to get the door open. The building's so bad.
Wow. So this building. Okay.
Survived the tornado, but it was twisted, and it still is. We had to redo those doors.
So the building itself is twisted. Huh.
Kind of like it got over to split it a little bit. So we built up we have portable towers on trailers. We built a tower out there and run coax or heliax all the way out there to it, and ran on that for a year until they could rebuild this tower.
Wow.
And then cut back over to this tower. And then that was in '95, and then, like I say, 2002 we retired it. Retired place. American Tower owns it now.
So are they doing? Is there anything on it at all? Do you know?
No, there's nothing.
There's not a thing on it.
Nothing on it.
Man, would love to grab that tower.
It'd be nice, that tower, but American Tower won't let anybody on it. Anyway, the outhouse blew away.
Mm-hmm.
We found the door about half a mile that direction. That's the only thing we can find left of the outhouse. And the toilet seat is still on that pipe there, so the toilet, you can still use it, I guess.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we found most of the tower stayed in place, but about 6 months after the event, one of the farmers drove by here and said, "I think I found something that belongs to y'all." I said, "What's it look like?" He says, "Well, it's red and white paint on it." I said, "Yeah, it's probably ours." And we did have one antenna that was missing.
Oh wow.
It just disappeared. Sure enough, it blew one of the antennas off on the top of the tower, about a mile and a half way down that direction.
Oh wow.
So it was way back off property, so it took us 6 months for him to run across it on his property.
Yeah.
So we went down to the truck and picked it up.
Do you remember what size tornado that was?
I think it was an EF2.
EF2? Okay.
And another interesting thing, on that little ridge over there used to be a tank battery.
Mm-hmm.
3 tanks on it. And it sucked all the oil out of them.
Oh wow.
The tank's still there, but it sucked the oil out of them. And it spread it out across the property out that direction in a V shape. It's black. And the oil company's out here kind of taking care of stuff. I said, "You guys are going to have to do a cleanup?" He says, "No, it's not into the water, so we're not going to have to do anything. It's not getting into the water." So he said, of course, this happened in the spring. And he said, "This summer, when everything dries up, it'll be nice and green and have flowers in it." And sure enough, he was right.
Oh wow.
So oil is not as the bad boo-boo as that people make it out. They just don't want it in the water. That's a big
Right.
thing. Getting
Right.
Anyway, I think we wound up leasing this place here from this guy for about a year. For, permission to set the tower on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right turn.
So Gerald, where are we?
Rednecks with paychecks.
Rednecks with paychecks. It's the main entrance to it here. And I'll try to get a little footage of the place. Maybe we'll go up a bit and come back.
Not the main.
This is not the main area, this is just where it starts?
Where it's been extended to.
Oh, it's been extended to. You can see up on that hill. They're probably riding up on that hill quite a bit. And over here, and I'll try to get some video of it on the way back, I'll angle the camera when we're driving. But there's big old mud pits over there that they go mudding through. It says truck wash in the distance. So
Probably that mud pit.
that's probably that mud pit, yeah. Washing in the creek. But rednecks with paychecks. And a few porta potties right there. I was just laughing coming out of the car because look how dirty this thing is. That's pretty dirty. That's pretty dirty. Pools of mud there. Used my back windshield washer. Did the job. We're out in the cattle fields here at the intersection of 3206. 677 rather, and we got a little warning sign here. Under Texas law, chapter 75A, civil practice and remedies code, an agritourism entity is not liable for any injury to or death of an agritourism participant resulting from an agritourism activity. Agritourism. That's the word, agritourism. But it looks like that's their brand right there. But this place, it's got some artwork out here. Pretty impressive. It's like just a bunch of telephone poles kind of fanned out there. When we drove up, one of the cows had his head sticking through the barbed wire because the grass is so much better on the other side of the fence. Got a couple of cactuses there. He's got this item. Kind of looks like a, what do they call those? The little sticks to find water. What do they call that? What's it called? Water witching? That kind of reminds me of water witching. So if you need to know the direction of the wind, where it's coming from, it's pointing where it's coming from, and the other two ends there are where it's going. Way off in the distance there. Got a few beetles, Volkswagen beetles. Wonder if he's gonna plant the front end of those as an art. He's got, what, 5? He's got 5 of them out there. Pretty cool to do all this in a cattle field. Gerald was calling this a water witching device, but divining rod. That's what I remember it being called. Something that was popular in the 70s and 80s. Saw it on TV. What can I say? You don't hear about those anymore. See more artwork out there, the little 5 flowers there.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that while we were out there. Alright, let's go. Driving up to the square in St. Joe, Texas. Gerald and I were just talking about this pizza place we've heard of. We don't know where it is. Apparently they do a lot of...
It'll be hard to find here.
Huh?
It's gonna be hard to find here.
Yeah. I don't think it's on the square. I think it's out on some property somewhere. Oh, the International Artillery Museum. We'll go check it out.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's go park the car here. Skafunk. We parked in front of this building, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here. A little Johnson outboard, a little Cushman scooter, a little Triumph. All kinds of cool stuff there. I think that's a Chevy SSR. That guy's been in there a little too long. I'm going to check out the International Artillery Museum here in St. Joe, Texas. See if they'll allow us to film a little bit. We'll walk in the door here. And it's artillery overload. We'll give a donation on the way out here. They do have a photographic policy here, but I did talk to the owner on the phone, and he was copacetic once he knew our mission. None of this works. These have all been drilled through. The breach has been destroyed. A lot of the things have been capped. So, and they've cosmetically may have changed stuff so it doesn't look destroyed, but they are indeed inoperable and will not be able to function again. But they want to make sure that message gets across. Nothing in here can do any harm to anybody other than knocking your head in it if you're not watching or you're walking. But they have some huge ones from all over the world, including this big Russian. It's probably still in use in the Ukraine area. But and this one is a 1-of-1. And this one he really wanted me to show here as I was talking to him on the phone. It's an experimental World War II German autocannon, and very much experimental. So this is the only one in existence as far as they know. Did not go into production. They have a lot of Soviet as well, and something from every part of the world, including this. That was a night vision system included. That's actually an infrared lamp, and that was best technology in the 1960s there. Somebody, and you can see the hole in the side of it, so it's not going to work. Our original paint, original everything. So there'll be a little bit rusty, a little bit of oil smell in here. Others they meticulously restored to make them look quite nice here. This is a labor of love, and this is the largest privately owned artillery museum in the country that we're aware of. The owner was an incredible guy. He's a history major. And so I was excited to hear that and hear his story a little bit about this, but he just wanted to make sure that it's clear that nothing here is functional nor ever will be again. Look at the launcher. Holy cow. That's a big one. Gerald and I were talking, it's called a mule. It's platform. Never seen one like that. Got a wall here, the big or small, I guess. If you call that a small, that's huge. All the, I remember as a kid, it was the ultimate thing to have on your G.I. Joes and such. Pretty impressive collection here. This is called a Sky Sweeper. It's an anti-aircraft. And holy cow, those shells are big. We walked in the background like, okay, howitzer type, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy cow. There's some big suckers in there. A big tank. What tank is that? This Russian. Akatsiya. I know very little Russian. Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Mike. Michael. That's about all I know. Привет. Нет. Da. That's about it. Just thinking of how it would stink to be inside this metal box in the heat. Or anywhere for that matter. Of course, how many people can say they own a 20 kiloton nuclear warhead? Completely inert, of course. It's called the Honest John rocket. I'm going to tell you right now, there is so much out here. We're reading so much about it. I'm not going to put in the video because you need to come out here. Make sure you leave them a donation or buy something from the store because it's pretty incredible. This is an extensive museum. It's a private collection. It's the largest artillery collection that is private. Yeah, this is definitely a very, very large collection. In the middle of St. Joe, right off the square. Y'all come by and visit them, give them a donation to keep the lights on. This is a reproduction. It's the only thing that's a reproduction, but it's a 50 cal with a attached. I have never seen such a thing. Complete reproduction though. A little something, help keep the lights on. Gerald and I were talking, these are called carbon arc lights, and it's actually a carbon rod that is fed through to create an arc light. And if you look up in here, let me see if I can get a good angle here. The light's glaring quite a bit, but there's a little tube that comes through there, and I am guessing that's where it's motorized. You know, continue to feed that carbon rod as it burns up to produce a tremendous amount of light. They still use that in the movie industry to this day, but when these things go off, or when they're going extremely bright, one, two, they create a massive amount of RF noise. It's a carbon arc light. We're trying to figure out how it works from this one too. I see a little hole there, a little tube, and there's a little door on the outside of that thing. So I'm guessing that's where it might feed the carbon into there. But not sure, really. These are some bright lights when they're looking for aircraft. That was a real treat. I highly recommend going to visit a museum. I learned some things, and you can actually buy inert artillery shells, some night vision stuff, and some inert mines if you want to do that. I'd be careful traveling around with those in your car though. That might raise some suspicions if they saw that laying in the back of your Explorer. So. But neat stuff there. Definitely come by and see them. They're doing a good thing there. Just looking here, we have the Summer Place Hotel and Lodging. SummerPlaceJoe.com. Got live music over here. Got live little places out here to check out. There's the City Hall. We're just driving down the street, see what we can come up with.
Look at the water tower.
And the water tower.
I see if the antennas are still there. They may have taken that system down.
Yeah, Gerald did some work out here, and they put some antennas on top of the water tower for him.
Head southeast on US 82 East, North Broad Street toward West Church Street.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We drove to Greenwood, stopped by the Greenwood Grocery, found out they're under new ownership as of a year ago. It's been 3 years, almost 3 years since I last been. I produced a video back in 2021 about the Greenwood Grocery and all around there. And then we took my boys soon after that. You were with us? Were you with us? Yeah. I don't know. I just remember driving out there and we took the boys and they really enjoyed it. So need to go more often. We told them we're going to come by more often. That was a lot of fun. So we went to St. Joe and saw a few places, Rednecks with Paychecks, and we saw, well, first we saw the microwave tower. Then we saw Rednecks with Paychecks. Then we saw, where did we go after that? Oh, the art installation now in the cattle field.
Yeah.
The agritourism. Say that 20 times fast. Agritourism. And then with St. Joe discovered the artillery museum. So get out there, explore, go to some of these small towns, see what they have. There's always little niche things that you'll never know about that's never advertised. You just got to go there and find them. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye. Agritourism. Say that 20 times fast. Agritourism.